Update, my GK Cuckoo Quail clock is still not working right. It works for a few hours, then it jams up again, basically like I had never done the bushings at all. So I took it back down off the wall and been troubleshooting, big troubleshooting, because I tried to just fix it without having to take the movement out again. And so this is what I came to. I took the face off so that I could work on this lever. I thought something was wrong. At one point it got down under the pins, and so I had to take the front off to get it working again. But right now it is easily turning with my finger. It was jamming up about 20 after. That still feels a little tight. See, I'm going between the 15 and the 30 because it just went cuckoo, so that's the 15. This is the 30. Still feels a little tight. So, this is what I have found. This is very hard to move. This lever, for some reason, is jamming in this hole. I don't understand why. I thought this wire was too tight. Where's my pointer stick? I had it a second ago. There it is. I had straightened this wire when I did the bushings and put everything all back together, and I thought, well, I've got too much pressure on that wire. That's supposed to push on this lever. This is the lever that drops into the cam on the second wheel. This arm has this that pulls the bird post out, and then it also on the front has the lift arm that falls off the pins that are behind this hour wheel, and it has the lift lever for the count wheel on the Quail side. Before I took it apart, the Quail side was working like it was supposed to, but now, I thought the Quail side was working like I was supposed to, and I thought the Cuckoo side was messing up, but I think they were both messing up, actually. This side's working great now. I'm not having any issues with the Cuckoo side. Quail side is sometimes skipping, doing more than one in a row, and it's tight, like it's locking up. It's jamming. This arm has, okay, I told you wrong. The front arm, this front arm is on this other lever down here. It goes right there. Whoop, hang on, where are you? Okay, the front arm, it goes right here. That takes off to the front of the movement. The only other thing on it is the arm that lifts when it goes into warning. Right here. And so when I am turning the knob, like, it is tight. That arm doesn't want to move. So I thought, okay, the lever that it's lifting is too tight. And I bent it up. No, that's not it. This is too tight holding it down, because that little lever right there, comes out of this brass lever, the little pin. So I thought, okay, bend that up a little bit, bend this up a little bit, take some pressure off, but it's like it's getting jammed, like the pin that holds this arm into the movement is getting jammed in the hole or something. I don't know. So anyway, I'm just trying. Right now it's turning pretty easily. I don't know why the Quail didn't come out at all. Got the arm adjusted too far away. That just skipped, but when it skips it, it's easy to turn. Alright, let's do this and see if it'll shut off. Warning. Up, down, going off, shut off. Good. Let's see how tight it is between 15 and 30. See the whole thing kind of move forward, and it's not tight right now. It's gonna work like it's supposed to. So until I can figure out what is jamming up when, it's close to being adjusted right, but not quite there yet. So I'm going to keep it on the test stand, put the hands on it. That's the only way you can tell whether it's keeping up with the time or not. Like I said, I ran it out of the box for a week and it did great. There wasn't any pressure on anything. The lift arms weren't connected to any bellows or anything. And I put it in the box, and it's enough pressure for one little thing somewhere is a millimeter off. So I'm going to keep trying. I believe I have finally figured out why this clock binds up sometimes. Sometimes it works right, sometimes it locks up and can't work. This is the warning pin. This is the lever that it catches on. This lever drops down into the cam. There are times when this lever is, the little pin on this wheel is actually kind of holding this lever down so it can't lift. See, just now I lifted it and it went into warning. So now it'll easily turn. Nothing's holding it down. But look where it snapped back. It is on top. Okay, all you can see is my finger. Let's get the camera in a good spot here. This pin is on top of my lever. So that's what's putting it in a bind. It can't lift. It wasn't the spring over there. It wasn't the bird arm adjustment. It wasn't my Cuckoo count wheel lever arm being bent right. It is this little pin holding my lever down. When it spins around, it's going a little bit on top of it. So it was really tight to turn here, and when you wiggled this, it just didn't want to wiggle, and that was why. Alright, so I probably am going to have to take the movement back out to bend that arm up a little bit. Gotten bent down somewhere. How it's a soft brass. The tip of it sometimes gets bent different ways. I know you check your wheels, you check your pinions, you check all your everything when you're putting it back together to make sure you've got it set up straight, but don't forget to check your levers that drop into your cams and make sure that they're flat like they're supposed to be too, because they can get bent. A lot happens when these clocks fall off the wall. I mean, here's one of the repairs I made. This thing was in so many pieces when I got it. It was so abused. So whenever you get a clock like that, you have to check every little piece. It's gonna have some boogers like this that are gonna keep it from running right. But I'm glad that I finally have figured out why it locks up. I am so happy to finally have figured out what was locking this thing up. Right now you can see the lever and the pin is not touching it. The pin is up higher there because it's in warning. So when it goes off here in a second, we'll see where it rests on that lever. I bent the pin to the right a little bit. So it seems to be butting up to the lever a little bit better right there, instead of sitting on top of it. It's in front of it. It's still not quite. Still not quite right because it should be down there. I'm afraid I'm going to have to take the whole thing apart to adjust this, which is really not what I wanted to do. It's better, but it's still not. I would like for it to be in the center of the lever instead of barely catching it at the top and sometimes getting on top of it and binding it. The clock ran all night with the face off. I put the face back on and it's run all day without hanging up any. It's doing great. It was not stopping on the Quail side. It was running through. I bent the tip of the arm that goes into the count wheel for the Quail side outwards just a little bit, straighten it up, and so that's resolved, and it's just going really well all day. So I believe I finally found the problem for this thing. Thanks for watching.